Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll talk about the recent financial results by Colgate, also known as Colpal. And let's start with the commentary by the management first. So I'll just discuss the major points discussed by the management. And yeah, let's start. Right, so I'll just read through these points here first. The first point says that gross margins are up by 340 bps. Now what does gross margin mean? So let's say you are a company that consumes some raw material at a certain price, and then you process those raw materials and publish out those raw materials and finally sell them, right? So the profit that you earn per sale is your margin, right? And so higher the margin, that means higher the profits, right? And so gross margins rising by 340 bps is a very good number for the company, and this is a very good point for the company. This is very positive for the company, right? Now we have EBITDA for the quarter is up by 540 bps. So what does EBITDA mean? EBITDA means that the company has a sustainable business. This is the first point. And the higher the EBITDA, that means the more sustainable the business is. The second point is that the higher the EBITDA, that means the company is generating more cash flow, right? So that's why. So you would now ask me, what is cash flow, right? So the company, if you look here, the company has announced rupees 18 dividend per share. So how does the company gives out this huge amount of dividend per share to the shareholders? This is only possible if the company is generating positive cash flows, and that too in huge number, right? And so that's why the EBITDA number is important, because it really helps the company to it gives us a point of view as to how the company is performing on a quarterly basis, and it also gives us a point of view on how the numbers coming up for the company. Is the company generating enough net cash flow to give its investors or shareholders some good dividend? And the other point is that if the company has huge net cash flow, then the company can innovate, invest in innovation or R&D labs and so on. So EBITDA going up is a very positive point for this company. And then we have net profit before tax for the quarter is higher by 32%. So I don't think I need to explain this. The profit before tax has been going up for this company. Next we have first interim dividend is rupees 18 per share. So this is the first time that the company has announced rupees 18 per share dividend, which is a very good number. Rupees 18 per share, this is a very good number, and this this makes this company trustable. And since it's a FMCG company, so again the investors fully trust Colpal, and the dividend is just a cherry on the cake. So this is what the main core points are, and this is what is being explained over these sections. I'll now take you to the top of the document, where I'll discuss about the revenue statements and other details. Right, so here we're gonna analyze row by row, and most important columns that you have to take a look at are these. First is the quarter ended September 30, 2020. So this is the recent quarterly result. This is the previous quarter's result, and this is the last year's same quarter result. So this is Q2 2020, this is Q2 2019, and this is Q1 2020, right? And so if we compare these two, this will be on quarter basis, and if we compare these two, then the comparison would be in terms of year-on-year basis, right? So let's discuss the income revenue from operations first. So if you would see here, the income revenue from operations, so the revenue from operations this quarter, the latest quarter, were 1 27,000 crores, and in the previous quarter the number were 1,03,000 crores something. So the revenue from operations has been increasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis, and this is also very good for the company. And if you would compare on a year-on-year basis, you would notice that this has also been increasing, right? And so the total income, if you would notice, is increasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis and also on a year-on-year basis, although there is not much difference. But the difference, if you would look at these numbers with respect to crores and the positive points and the positive vibes that it brings to the company, then you would surely understand that although there is a minor difference, but these numbers are huge. Next we have expenses. So expenses, if you would look at these expenses, you would notice that there is a difference. Some expenses are increasing, some expenses are decreasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis or on a year-on-year basis. But I would like you to take a look at this particular row, total expenses, right? So total expenses, if you look here, for the recent quarter, the number was 92,000 crores expenses, right? And in the previous quarter the number was 78,000 crores. So the expenses have been increasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis, which is bad, not that bad. I'll help you understand why. So expenses, you got expenses means that you are spending much of your investments to maybe promote your company or buy some raw material, and you are getting less return on investment. So this is bad for the company if it tries this. But if you would look at the quarter or the yearly numbers, then on a year-on-year basis the expenses have been decreasing, right? So in 2019 same quarter the expenses were 95,000 crores, but in this quarter 2020 the expenses have been reduced to 92,000 crores. So this is very good for the company. This is a very positive point, right? And the management said that this is due to the fact that they have decided to spend less on the ads and promotions, and that's why they are able to save this particular amount, right? So I wanted to highlight these 2 points. And again we have profit before tax here. This has been increasing on a quarter-on-quarter basis as well as on a year-on-year basis. And yeah, that's it for this segment. Now I'll scroll down below and let's take a look at the balance sheet. Right, so if you would take a look at these 2 columns, you would understand that this is the recent quarterly performance. It says that September 30, 2020, whereas this is of the previous year's same quarter performance, September 30, 2019, right? Just keep this in mind. Let's move down below, and the one thing that I wanted to highlight in this was net increase in cash equivalents. Actually this particular segment, cash and cash equivalents as at September 30th. So remember when I mentioned the point of net cash flow, free cash flow, and how it pays for the company and for the shareholders. So if you would look at these numbers, 73,000 and something crores and 44,000 and something crores. So the net cash flow has been increasing for the company, and this is a huge change from 44,000 to 73,000. So the company is not only positive, cash positive, but also it has been increasing its overall net cash flow, right? So this is a huge positive point. I think this is one of the most remarkable point of Colgate at this particular point of time. And yeah, that is it about the numbers and the quarterly performance. I'll now shift to the chart and show you how the company is doing on the technical levels. right? So if you can take a look at this chart, the current market price is around 1430, and this, if you can see the trend line that I've drawn, so this is at a support point right now, and this is the recent support level, the most close support level that we have, which is 1400. Now if the stock breaks this 1400 support level, then we may see that the stock can fall up to this particular point, 1350, and this is a major support for the stock, and it can bounce from here, right? So for short-term investors who are looking to invest for a shorter term, you can mark this level and invest, or analyze and invest when it reaches 1350. And for upwards movement, if the stock takes some support from here and goes up, the first resistance that it'll face is sits around 1480. If it breaks this resistance, which I think it will, because it's right now moving in a range, then it can go up to this particular point, which is again a pressure zone for the stock. The resistance is now 1550, around 1550. So yeah, these are the short-term levels for the stock. And if you are invested in the stock for a longer term, then stay invested, hold it, because this stock is very good in terms of performance, and in terms of the debt that it has. So this company has zero debt, and the performance, as I mentioned earlier, is very good so far. So yeah, this was it for this video. If you like this analysis and the discussion about the performance, then please do hit the like button and comment if you have any questions. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more such videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.